is Jalen Brunson getting ready, just about 45 minutes away from Sixers Knicks. Now, we saw Cat wearing an Eagles top, a little sweater repping Philly. Jalen Brunson's an Eagles fan as well, but it's not going to win you a lot of points. They're there to break Philly's
Kevin
heart.
can identify them all. He knows. He be knowing. Here's what I do know. That whoever's playing for the Knicks is going to get a whole lot of minutes. You know why I know that? Because by total minutes played in the NBA this season, the top 3 and 4 of the top 5 are all New York Knicks players. Look at that. Only Anthony Edwards, not a Knick. Their starters are averaging 180.9 minutes per game, on track to be the most by any team since the 05-06 Kings. Hey, PTI's Michael Wilbon, he certainly has to log a lot of minutes. He joins us now from Philadelphia. And Mike, we're only halfway through the regular season. How sustainable is this for the Knicks starters to be logging so many minutes?
Well, when you ask me that question in January, it always sounds sustainable, right? And it maybe even sounds sustainable midway through March. But what happened last year? It wasn't sustainable by the time we got into the playoffs, in the second round of the playoffs, and guys were playing and body parts seemed to be falling off. And the answer in May was a whole lot different than it was in January. And I just, you know, when you get here, look, I've been around Coach Tibbs for a long time. And you know the philosophy's not really going to change. And I was just talking to a member of the Knicks party who was saying, look, these guys want to do that anyway. They want to play the minutes. They want to play through this. So are we going to see a sea change between now and the playoffs? No. So it's going to have to be sustainable. You just hope the Knicks can be healthier and have a large dose of luck that is a lot better, good luck, than it was last year by the time they got to the playoffs.
Yeah, do lots of stretching, something. Hydrate. New York with the 3rd best record in the East. So to your point, working right now, ultimately we'll see in April and May. On the flip side, the Sixers ain't logging no minutes. They're also 11th. 2 games out of the final play-in spot after losing 3 straight. Wilbon, Kevin has his hands in his head right now. What needs to happen in order for Philly to actually turn this season around for real?
I thought about Kevin last night when I was here for the OKC game. There was nobody in uniform for Philadelphia who I recognized the name. Okay, Kelly Oubre, I'm not sure who beyond that. Tonight's a little better. We're not going to have Embiid, but apparently we're going to have Maxey. And I'm looking at Paul George. I was trying to give him a thumbs up sign to see if he gave me another thumbs up to tell me he was in. We haven't heard yet. So we're literally waiting right now on Paul George, who's warming up, to see if he can go tonight. And look, this is real succinct. They're going to have to get guys on the court for a sustained period. Remember last year when we were waiting on the Suns to have the same thing with their big 3? And they did at the end of the year, and they went something like 9-1 or 10-1. And it was like, oh, everything's going to be good going in. No. It's not sustainable when that sample size is what you've got to play together. I know they are 7-3, and I know Kevin knows this number. 7-3 when they're on the court together. 6-1 when they enter the court and leave it together. When they can play the whole game healthy. 6-1. I talked to Paul George about that last night. And Paul it wasn't a phony optimism. It wasn't. He really felt and feels that if they can get out there together starting soon, they're going to have a shot at this, because nobody's going to want to play them healthy if they're in the playoffs healthy, but that's a big if. They've been unable to put them there. We're not going to see it again tonight. So we're waiting. We're still in wait mode on the 76ers, and it's been going on since opening night.
I was going to say, I love your glass half full approach, which is that, yes, they're 7-3 when they can play together, but the point is they've only played 10 games together. It's January, and they've played 10 games together.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,